2, 1.
Hello and welcome, everybody. We've got some exciting news tonight. This is the draw for the 2024 BC Open Snooker Championships live in Richmond, British Columbia, coming up, running from March 8th to 10th. David Burney is here with you, one of the co-tournament directors and commentator, and now I'll pass it off to my right-hand man, a man I can't do too much without, Lance Bromlin. He'll talk you to the nuts and bolts of how this draw is all going to work out. So take it over, Lance.
Hey, Dave, thank you very kindly. I'm glad to be back again for another year of snooker here in Richmond, or will be in Richmond. I'm actually sitting in Prince George, as most people are aware. But tonight we're doing the draw for the 24 BC Open, and I just wanted to take a couple seconds to describe the activities in challenge. So that's what we're using for bracketry, is the challenge. However, there's some challenges. So challenge itself is not capable of seeding brackets the way we would need them to be seeded automatically. So we have to do that in another facility and then transfer the names over. It'll still be randomized just the same as it would be if it was in challenge. It's just that it allows us to do the seeding work that we need to. One. And two, there's actually two different bracket links that are going to get circulated and used. Now, although challenge has the facility in it to have a final stage right inside this group stage bracket, the problem is it doesn't allow us to take the 4 players who won berths into the finals into that final bracket. It would automatically just take all the players and put buys in. So at that time, we're just going to create a new bracket that'll handle the 16 players. We'll seed that one in a video very similar to this one and post it for your reference. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and switch over to a website that we use called random.org. And random.org is just it takes any list and automatically jumbles it up. Now, we're working this inside of Excel. We can see here we've got a list of 5 players that are elite level players. And those elite level players are not to be in the same group as another. So in the list of 48 players that we have on the far right here, we can see they're all framed out in groups of 4. In those groups, we're going to put one of the elites in the 1st, the 9th, the 17th, the 25th, and the 33rd spots. All the first of 4 in each one of the groups, just so they don't run into each other right away. So we'll take that list. I've copied it, and I'm going to go back over to random.org, and I'm going to put that list in there. And we're going to push that randomize button and get ourselves a nice mixed up list. And now we have a mixed list. We're going to go ahead and copy that list. And we're going to go back to the Excel spreadsheet. And we're going to go ahead and we'll leave that in there just so everybody can see. We'll insert a new column and we'll put in the list that the randomizer built for us. Make that a little wider. We're going to take Blair's name and we're going to put it in slot 1 and so on. So as I'm doing this, I think David's going to share some more information with you.
I might have just had a little hiccup there, Lance. I think you put Albert Kenny in the second spot. Now you're clearing it up. Gotta have 2 eyes on this. Yeah, so just to continue what you were saying, Lance, about the knockout stage, our good friends Alvin Chan, Merhan Manashkar, Duncan Banks, and Dalton Roy. Those are the 4 players that qualified to be in that final stage. So they won't see their name on this section of the video, but they are definitely in the tournament. And now that Lance has done our elites, he's going to be moving on to all the other entries that have come into this great tournament.
Yeah, so again, we've copied the list that we have for the regular entries. We're going to head back over to random.org. We're going to go ahead and regen that so we get a nice blank list again. We'll paste in the list itself. And you can see here that all the names are there. We're going to randomize it one time. We're going to copy that list. And we are going to take that back over to our spreadsheet. And we're going to paste that in. So now we have the ordered list, and we're just going to go ahead and copy those over. So 3 names, 7, cut, paste. 1, 2,
So
3.
you see, this is going to take a little bit of time for Lance to do this. And definitely once this is done, it will be uploaded on the challenge site. But we just want to, for fairness of all, just show you that we are doing this. And this draw that you'll see on the Excel spreadsheet will mirror what will be on challenge a little bit later. But it's shaping up to be a great tournament. 48 players, a record for me, that's for sure. And 4 qualifiers, great to see. I'm reminded of way back in 2018 when I first did my first BC Open. We only had about 22 players, so snooker is definitely on the growth out here in BC. It's great to see, and a lot more other tournaments starting up. Our good friends down in Seattle, at the Seattle Snooker Open come June. Our good friends in Alberta are going to be talking to me about having their Open Championship sometime in the spring. We also know the Canadian Snooker Championships is actually going to be this weekend in Manitoba. Our good friend Darcy Michael is going to be running that. As well, I'll be out here in BC. Unfortunately, it won't be streamed, but I'll be running the first ever BC team tournament. And hopefully that catches on with some more provinces and territories in this country. And maybe somewhere down the line, we can have a big national championship to find out who is Team Canada. And when the world governing body of snooker gets their act together and hatches another World Cup, Canada will have a team that will participate.
So just to reiterate one more time, we've got our list now all sorted and organized, and we can see that the elite players are in yellow, and they're seeded into the individual groups, and then the balance of the 43 players are seeded in individually into their groups, a total of 48 players overall. And this list is exactly as it'll appear in challenge, probably in about 15 minutes. So I want to thank you all for tuning in today and witnessing this with us, and all the very best. See you very soon, as I'm on my way to Vegas for 3 weeks, and then I get to come to Richmond and run this one. But best of luck to all the players.
True, and we will be streaming the BC Open. It will be live March 8th is day 1, and we will be on Snooker Canada's YouTube page. So you can find us there for all the great action, and we'll run up until Sunday, the 10th of March, to see who will be this year's BC Open Snooker champion. Will Albert Kenny retain it, or will a past winner like Charlie Brown be able to take away it? It's a great semifinal match between those two last year, and just looking at this draw, there's going to be a lot of great snooker all weekend long. So do tune in and join us. And if you're in the neighborhood, feel free to stop by. Admission is free at Star and Top 147, using 2 clubs this year, and we'll get you all those details as soon as they materialize. So thanks, everybody, and we'll see you out there.